Hey guys, Ralph here, and welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness on this magnificent Monday here in Connecticut. Life's good, campers. Life is good. Did you have a great weekend? You didn't have as good one as I did. I'm telling you, I don't care what you did. Mine was awesome. Anyway, once again, I spent much of the weekend getting my website up and going. Okay? Guys, Rick Varney, I can't thank you enough. It came out beautiful. It came out beautiful. And once I get all the books up, man, those books are gonna ka-ching. Can't wait to get all the books up. Anyway, I will leave the website instead of my email. I'll leave the website on the end of each video, and the beginning of each video too, for the time being. Anyway. I'm back. A little bit of a glitch with the laptop. Anyway, where were we? Whisper mutes, practice mutes, whatever you want to call them, throw them away. I'll get to that in a second. It is so bad for your chops, and this has come up dozens of times in the last couple of weeks. It was just this flood of people having chop trouble, and sure enough, they're playing. Anyway, I'll get to it. Okay. I haven't played a note. 350 swings, 100 baseball throws, and I'm ready to play the trumpet. Who would ever say that? All right, let's see what we got, guys. Not a mark. Ease with ease, and then down to the lowest G's. Fat is any fatter than any orchestra player can do on a bathtub Bach. More centered and in a whisper. Guys, you can't do that if you're practicing with whisper mute, with practice mute. Can't do it, and I'll tell you why. Now, all you trolls, stop. Stop. Guys, I know that throughout life as a professional musician, or even an amateur musician, I don't care if you're playing in a concert band, I don't care if you're playing in a symphony orchestra, I don't care if you're playing with a jazz group, I don't care if you're playing a big band, even brass quintet, for God's sakes. And sometimes, guys, you have to play with a mute. The mute calls for it. Okay? So, with that said, yes, you have to spend a little time noodling around, and I'm talking a little time, less than a minute, getting the hang of what the compression feels like and everything, and we'll get back to the compression in a minute. You have to be able to do that. If you're in a situation where you can just put it in and play a couple notes by your chair and not disturb anything, that will give you the compression, the back pressure that you're going to get. Okay? That's part of being a professional musician, and that's not what I'm talking about at all. You got to have your mutes in the bag. If something comes up, got it. I'm talking about practicing with one of those godforsaken practice mutes, or even a regular mute, because of your situation, living situation. Guys, that is the worst thing that you can do for your chops. You have no chance. You literally, from a chop standpoint, you're better off not playing than playing one note with a practice mute. One note. I mean that sincerely. Two reasons, and they are vital, vital reasons. How many times have you been following this channel? Have I said The tone will tell you. Ralph, I'll do a video. I'll do a video just on that this week. Okay, Ralph, how do I know if is this right? The tone will tell you. If the tone is centered, pure, brilliant, and in tune, you're right. That's all you have to know. Okay? Now, every single one of those mutes, whether you have the earplugs or not, every single one of them, whether it is a practice mute or an actual performance Harman mute or cup mute or whatever, every single one of them distorts the sound. I'll say it again. Every single one of them distorts the sound. So you have no idea when you're practicing with a mute whether the tone that you're hearing is telling you it's right. It can't possibly be right, and I'll get to that in a minute, but you are not listening to a true trumpet sound, and you can't have great chops unless you can listen to the tone. Can't do it. That is the evaluator. The tone will tell you. Now, I'll tell you what. Number two, the tone can't possibly be right. Well, I have the earplugs. Shut up with the earplugs. It is not a natural trumpet tone. Why? You've got something crammed into the bell, which distorts the compression that you are using. You are not playing correctly, and you are not hearing the proper tone. 1 hour of practice on a whisper mute, you are screwed. A week, you're calling me, I don't know what's wrong, Ralph. My chops, I can't do it. It's the freaking mute. Well, I'm not going to be able to practice. Oh, shut up. Go down to the local church. Please, I don't want to hear you can't do it. Guys, I lived in New York City for 15 years. I was on the road for much of that time. Don't tell me you can't get it done without a practice mute. Doc Severinsen can. Now, they allow a lot more from Doc Severinsen than they're going to allow for us. I get it. But guys, don't tell me it can't be done. Okay? 15 years. I put panels, acoustic panels, in a floor to ceiling, covered it with acoustic panels in my closet. I had 2 closets. All my clothes were in one. I had a few in the other, and a complete and total acoustic panels. I put my chair right in front of the door. Didn't go in and close the door. Okay? Suffocate. But I had my bell right in the closet. I had no problem. Now, could I practice at 3 o'clock in the morning, Maynard Ferguson solos? No. But from 9 to 5, I had no problem. Don't tell me you can't do something like that. I don't want to hear it. Okay? Because 9 to 5, if you can play your radio, if you can play your sound system and listen to music, you're allowed. You can take a landlord to unless you sign something specifically in the lease, you are allowed by law to make noise. Okay? But guys, you are better off not playing. Take up the saxophone, take up something else, take up the piano. You're not going to have great chops if you practice with a mute. It's not going to happen. I just had a guy the other day tell me, well, an older gentleman, quite good, had G's as big as a house for the longest time, and then he had a stroke, and now he can't get his G back. You go on his website, his channel, every note he's playing is in a mute. Suicide. No wonder he has no G's left. Guys, Jerry himself would ruin his chops. You can't do it. Case closed. All right? All right. Throw them away. Love you all.